but let's set up Claude Code the right way. The first thing you want to do is to open a browser. Then you want to search for Visual Studio Code, click the top link, and then download it for your computer, either Mac or Windows. Visual Studio Code is what's called a code editor, but don't worry, we're basically not going to create any code ourselves. Claude Code is going to do absolutely everything for us. We then click on the installer, then we drag it over to the applications, we let it install, and now we can open up Visual Studio Code. You're gonna land on this page right here. Before we do anything inside of here, let's create a folder that we can work within. Excuse the mess on my desktop. I promise you we will get that cleaned up. I'm going to create a new folder and I'm going to call it Shiney, which is the name of our agency. This is going to be where our AI operating system lives inside of this folder. So call it something that you can remember. Then head back under Visual Studio Code and click this open button right here. Then go to wherever you saved the folder. I saved it on my desktop, so I'm going to open this Shiney folder, click open, and there we go. We'll then click yes, I trust the authors. And we can close down this welcome message. Now we are inside of our code editor and we are ready to start setting up Claude Code. What you want to do is that you want to open the terminal. So I'm going to right click inside of this space and click new terminal. And this is going to open up this terminal view right here. Don't worry, this is going to look a bit technical, but you can just watch exactly what I do one-to-one and it's really not going to be that hard. You don't need to be that technical for this. Then I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to search for Claude Code install. Click the first one that's called Quick Start Claude Code Docs. And then we have 3 commands right here for installing it on Mac or on Windows. So I'm going to choose the Mac install that fits with my computer. Then I'm going to paste in this command and that's going to install Claude Code on our computer. And there we go. It now says setting up Claude Code, installing Claude Code native build latest. It then says Claude Code successfully installed. It shows the version. It shows where it was installed. So now we can write clear. That's going to clear our terminal. When we now write Claude, you can see it's going to say welcome to Claude Code. And we can choose what style we want. The way that we navigate is with the arrow keys up and down. And I'm definitely going to want dark mode. So I'm just going to hit enter to dark mode. And now it gives us 3 options. Either a Claude account with a subscription or using an API key through the console. I'll definitely recommend you use Claude with a subscription, either Pro or Max. I'm personally on the Max plan right now because I need that bit more usage. But if you're just starting out, then I recommend that you start on the Pro plan. So just go to Claude.ai, sign up to the Pro plan, and you can see that gives you access to Claude Code directly in your code base. When you've signed up with an account and you have the Pro plan, you now go to Claude account with the subscription and you hit enter. And this is going to ask you to authorize with your Claude account. You can see it says Claude Code would like to connect to your Claude chat account. So we just click authorize. Now it says build something great, how fitting. And you can see it says login successful, press enter to continue. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to click enter and then we're going to hit enter again. And then Claude is asking us if we want to use recommended settings. I'm going to hit enter and there we go. Now we are inside of Claude Code. And then we can write just Claude like this in our terminal after we've installed it. That's going to open up Claude Code on our computer. It says, quick safety check. Is this a project you created or one you trust? So I'm going to just hit enter. The way that you navigate inside of these options is that you can use your arrow keys up and down to go up and down. I'm going to click yes, I trust the author, and then hit enter. And there we go. Now we are inside our Claude Code view and we have